Hi, this is Sugandha. I'm a PhD student in the Brain and Cognitive Sciences department at MIT. And just a few days ago, I got this email in my inbox, which was talking about a course on awareness. And I was so pleasantly surprised because I always thought that these types of things should be taught in schools, in colleges, and in universities. Things like how do you be mindful of the thoughts of your emotions? How do you handle your emotions? How do you manage stress? How do you be aware of what you're doing? How do you make sure that you're always in the present moment? All these things are very basic skills which are necessary to live life, and somewhere they're missing in our educational system. So I was really, really happy when I saw that this is being officially taught at MIT, and I knew that I had to take it when I saw it. So I've always been a seeker, and questions like who am I? How does my mind work? Where did the universe come from? These are questions that have always fascinated me, intrigued me. And, I started exploring these questions experientially when I was in grade 11. Um, I was exposed to meditation through a friend of mine. And I remember that when I initially started meditating, I could not even close my eyes and sit for even 2 minutes. It was very hard for me. And then I started with guided meditation, and it became better. I was at least able to sit for 15 minutes with the guidance and just meditate. And then eventually I took a workshop which taught a breathing technique based on hyperventilation. So it had, long breaths, medium breaths, and then short breaths. And this was preceded by a set of sequences of yoga and pranayams. And so, after the workshop, it was a 5 day workshop, and we were all given a challenge to, practice this breathing technique regularly every day for 3 months. And I took up the challenge. And I practiced it for 3 months continuously. And at the end of those 3 months, my life had completely changed. I was a different person. My whole perspective towards the world changed. I became so much more empathetic. I was so much more trusting of people, non judgmental. I don't know, it was just a big shift that is difficult to explain. And I was very, very curious as to how did that shift happen. During my practice, throughout the years, I've had certain experiences which keep fascinating me. I remember that when I was in undergrad, in my second year of my undergrad, there was this period which was very tough for me because we had 7 courses and it was very stressful. I resorted back to my practice, and I used to practice every day. And I remember that one fine day, I just finished my practice and I just felt joy coming out of me for no reason. I was very happy, very joyful. There were tears rolling down my eyes, and I wasn't sad. I was just happy, and it was so weird. I did not know why it was happening, but that's the most happiest I've ever felt in my life, and I've experienced this twice, 2 times in my entire life, that I was just ecstatic for no reason. I've been practicing since 2009, and through these years, I've realized that the goal of all these practices is basically to reach a state of awareness where we are constantly in touch with our feelings, our emotions, our state of being, and always in the present moment. And that's because it just makes us feel happy and also productive. I'm really looking forward to the course because I feel that it's going to be amazing, full of amazing discussions on topics surrounding awareness, and on fundamental questions like what exactly is awareness in the first place? Is it cultivated or is it the default state? The neuroscientist in me thinks that it is cultivated. We need effort to actually reach that state. And then there are questions of the role of technology in contributing to building awareness or in hindering awareness. And my background is in engineering, and now I'm doing neuroscience basically because of the curiosity that I had. And so I think this is a very fundamental question to me. And I think all of the other questions in this class are going to be very, very interesting to me. So I really hope that I'll get an opportunity to be a part of this course this year, because this is not something that I want to defer to next year. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.